game is going live right now. Nihilum versus Lunatic, Game 2. Nihilum winning your first map 16-6. So you got to imagine they have the momentum on their side, and they're going to be cheating over towards the B site this round. Let's see if Sanks can get a one-tap. If he gets a 1D, I'm going to explode. And he can't. That was a really gutsy play.
I have to say it, though. I welcome our Brazilian brothers to North America, and I am unbelievably happy that we have adopted you guys now. Thank you. I love Keat Stars. Awesome group of guys. Got to meet them at ClutchCon. Super awesome. Even though most of them didn't really speak the greatest English, really, really cool people. But back into this game, opening frag will go in favor of Lunatic. And Nihilum reeling a little bit here, trying to work something out. They're now just sitting back, not really aggressive, trying to maybe work a pick and roll. Some flashbangs coming out. Semphis maybe working out of the palace. They're pulling a rotate over in the direction of A. And Semphis will just jump his way right in there. He's able to get in there. And if they hold on and delay this long enough, they're going to feel like this is a fake towards B. And they've already rotated one player out. So there's Valens making a little noise. They feel like it still might be a fake towards B. The number 4 man will be rotating back in that direction. That will be Scouts. Can he get in? As all the terrorists have made their way into the bomb site, they really need to get some frags. They have taken A without a single frag. Valens playing the smoke angle right there. Scouts is going to step up on top. He really needs to hit the shot. Valens, you have to hit this. And he gets taken down through the smoke. And that is a rough look right there. Hiko will answer. Semphis is out of the way. Now Automatic with the Deagle trying to fire off some 1Ds. He will be 1 versus 4. Can he get some Deagle shots? Gets one. Drossel quickly trades him out. And first round will go in favor of Lunatic as they are CTs. Thanks to Invert getting a 3K.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to how Valens got spotted out there, hiding behind that smoke. Maybe a guy coming up connector somehow spotted him, popped up on a radar or something like that, and he was able to get fragged right there. But I'm also really curious about Sanks' decision to buy a Deagle, go out there in mid, and try to find a Deagle frag. I mean, I'm sure that was a decision that was influenced by his teammates, and perhaps that is kind of a message from Nihilum saying, hey, we think we can buy Deagles, go out mid, and, you know, win round. But either way, curious about what made him go with that decision. I cannot imagine they would have wanted that. An Invert taking down Semphis right off the bat, so Nihilum at a man disadvantage on this round 2, where they have a lot of Deagles to work with.
Let's see here. Automatic trying to work his way out of the apartments into round 2, and Invert hits another dink right there. And oh no, it was a dink, but I think it was through the corner of the wall, so it only did 20 damage on Automatic. But that could have been really bad for Automatic if that was just an outright dink with no wall. Even though he does have Hennemer, that would have helped out a lot, but he would have been very, very low. Still, he counts his blessings and runs away from that one. Wants no part of that again.
Yeah, let's see if Sanks, with that Deagle, once again, can try to find a pick. He's going to be shooting at Scouts, but not going to be finding his target quite yet. No, but they are going to be out, and they are going to be engaging in the A bomb site.
Drossel inside the site is able to pick up 2 before traded out by Automatic, so a little bit of hope here in this round for Nihilum. Still working. Invert up top. Again hits another shot on the old E-Box. And again another shot. 3K for Invert. And Lunatic is looking good on these anti-ecos, except they're forced to make 3 rebuys.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Even though they are winning rounds, which is super important, Lunatic, they need rounds more than anything. It is super important for them to keep as many players as they can alive. I mean, yeah, they are just going to be holding on to 2 FAMASs. So this is another round where if Nihilum positions themselves properly and get some nice opening picks with pistols, they could find an eco, but beating those, the incoming M4s is going to be tough. I definitely suspect Lunatic will be able to work their way through this one, especially as Drake gets that opening frag from lower, and the bomb just slides to him.
Oh, look at this stack up right here. Hiko and Semphis going to try and get some pistol shots off, and Semphis will collect the frag. That evens it out on a 4-on-4, but Automatic down to 16. Hiko for that exchange goes down to 3, firing off some shots there towards Drake, and Scouts in the B-bomb site will be able to get 2 as Semphis and Automatic get a little too aggressive. Sanks trying to deagle, but he can't, and there's the cleanup frag as Scouts gets 2, Drake gets 3, and that will be 3-0 in favor of Lunatic.
Seems like Lunatic able to survive the rounds that they should be winning, so good on them. But now they have a much scarier task. A task scarier than Nihilum with Deagles. It is now Nihilum with AK-47s in their hands, and they're going to be going pretty quickly over towards the B side of this map. No ops yet for either of these two teams. Seems like Lunatic might have been interested in one, but kept too many players alive last round to get an oven. Man, Semphis and Sanks teaming up to find the two players pushing mid. Hiko finding one as well. This round is falling apart for Lunatic.
Yeah, only one player left alive now. Yeah, Scouts is going to be the last one left here. And again, as you said there later, too much aggression. Lunatic definitely got punished for it, and Scouts is just committing to the save here. He knows there's a lot at A, not really going for it. He's thinking there's going to be a hunt for him. Bomb gets planted at A. Now he has to try and escape and survive here. There is a player top mid lurking around waiting for him, and the hunt will begin for Nihilum. One player in mid connector, one player in jungle, one in CT, the other in A, and one is going to be on a deep, deep flank from T, or actually from mid towards the back of the apartments. And they are going to hunt for him. They're definitely going to go try and find him. He's still hanging out in kitchen, though. He's got a little bit of time left to try and survive here. But luckily, he has no one really pushing in his direction just quite yet.
Yeah, looks like Valens and Hiko might be pushing in this direction, but they might be more content with holding on to their rifles than potentially losing them to take it out of Scouts' hand. And you know, I did say too much aggression there in as their players were folding, and obviously hindsight is 2020. Once you see their players going down, it's easy to say that they made the wrong decision. But I kind of like the mid aggression on a buy-up round. It was really just unfortunate that Nihilum was
to throw it off. Yeah,
somehow ready for it. I mean, exactly. Lunatic needs to make a statement. They needed to win a rifle round. They needed to get the momentum going early. And I think if they played their more vanilla play style, there's a much higher percentage chance of Nihilum beating them at it than if they try to push the envelope, use the aggression early to find those picks. Because you know, if they get those frags there, it's an instant 5-on-3. They look like geniuses out here. They're stringing together a rifle round that forces Nihilum to eco again. Next thing you know, they've really gained a huge grasp on the game. It didn't work out. They tried to Nihilum, and they got punished really badly for it. It came from, a good place in their hearts, but unfortunately might come back to bite them, especially if they cannot win this round right here, where they are still pretty financially invested.
And Drake is going to open it up, taking down Semphis, and what we're talking about there, what Later's talking about, is those high-risk, high-reward plays. Oh my goodness! How did Drossel not get either of those terrorists right in front of him in the sandwich at the A-bomb site? Doesn't matter if Scouts and Invert's Bulls get some frags. Invert's able to push his way in, gets caught out by Hiko, though. Now it's all up to Hiko, 1 versus 3. Can he get some frags? He gets 2 and pulls the spray over to take down Drake. Can he stay alive? He's got to get the reload off it. CEVO catches him with the pistol to keep Lunatic up 4-1. Nihilum wins around, drops around, and now Nihilum, still having a little bit of cash here, are going to be able to buy up again.
Yeah, that was a huge round for Lunatic's win, and then for a second there I was a little concerned that CEVO would be unable to hit the bobbing and weaving Hiko there. But because Nihilum was able to win that round 4 and keep all of their players alive, they have no problem buying up again. So Lunatic eSports is going to have to try to battle back on another one. It seems like they're coming out on top right off the bat. Invert and Drossel finding frags. Semphis now out a ramp, finding one of his own. If he can pick up a second one here, his team would, I'm sure, really like that. Big nades.
And we're going to have Automatic able to take down Scouts, Invert goes down to Semphis. That's going to make it a 3-on-2 as we have about 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Doesn't matter now. Bomb timer is out. So all the pressure is going to be on Drake and his teammate CEVO. CEVO is able to take down Valens, but both of the CTs are playing over there at ramp, and if this smoke goes down, and Drake is able to get on this, that's going to be rough. They have to be worried about it now. He makes the sound. He's a little bit too close to the terrorist. Semphis in a spray battle. Automatic right there around the corner. He fakes the sound again. Automatic goes for the spray. Runs in there, has no idea. Drake tries to take him down. Can't quite find him, and he's able to get him. Will he get the defuse? Does not have a kit. Runs over to the kit. I don't think he's going to get this. Time. No, he's not going to have time. Very close, though. Only about 2 seconds off from getting that. If he would have picked up the kit right off the bat, he would have had that defuse.
Yeah, probably still would have been close, but I think he might have had it there.
Would have got that.
Yeah, I do as well. And, man, those Nihilum players are really caught a little bit of luck. They're both grouped up in probably the worst position you could be for that kind of plant. Really catching that frag on the first guy over by the E-box stairs coming up from the mid connector. That was the huge frag. The fact that they were able to take that guy down instantly, like a really quick one-tap headshot, and not allow him to bully them back in the stairs and allow the other person to stick a defuse was absolutely monumental. Now Sanks and Semphis pushing up in mid. It seems like might be able to easily frag their way through this round, and they do, losing no players in the process.
Yeah, that's going to make it 4-3 in favor of Lunatic, but their lead is slipping here. Nihilum has brought this back within one round. It's going to be a full buy for Nihilum, and the economy not great of Lunatic. They might have to go into another pistol buy here, and yeah, we're going to see pistols again.
Yeah, not a terrible decision. I feel like this is where we had seen a lot of rounds where like Nihilum would totally have bought up with that amount of money, but I'm kind of happy to see Lunatic is not. I feel like they would be punished really badly if they chose to make a buy happen out of that round. So I think upgraded pistols is the right plan. Nihilum now down one round behind Lunatic, but this is a really CT-sided map, so I mean the closer it is or the more Nihilum-sided it gets, the worse it's going to be for Lunatic. I mean, if they can keep it close, they're actually pulling away.
Oh, CEVO does open it up on automatic right there. Sanks will answer. Same with Semphis. CEVO with another into the round. That's 2 for him. Can he go out and get one of these rifles? And he's able to get the rifle and a third kill for himself. So now it's all Hiko by himself. Bomb down A ramp. Looks up, sees CEVO's head. Fires off a shot in that direction. Trying to get aggressive on the CEVO. Ends up hitting the headshot. Drossel steps out. Can he win it? And he will. 1 versus 2 victory for Hiko. And that is going to be a 3K for him on the round as Nihilum will tie things up 4-4.
There is something unbelievably terrifying about the fact that Hiko can be in pretty much any situation, and the only thing that pops in my head is winnable.
He's got it.
Right, winnable. Yeah, I'm not even sure if he's going to, but you know he's going to get closed somehow. And in that situation, I knew once he had CEVO pinned there by the E-box, if he was going to be able to get that frag, the second one would have been a breeze. So good on Hiko for locking that one up, tying up the score, but Invert going absolutely huge, catching 2 frags right off the bat. And some good smoke's going to keep Hiko away from really properly working with his team. Now a 5-on-2 that is seemingly, now a 5-on-1 that is seemingly unwinnable for Nihilum.
Hiko. No, gets shut down. Yeah, that's pretty unwinnable.
Yeah,
especially
maybe
when they all
not
have
that
rifles.
round. That round wasn't so winnable.
Yeah. I mean,
Hiko.
1v3s, when we get into 1v3s and we have Hiko in it, and I'm like, he can win this. He can definitely win this. And his spray control is insane so far. These last 2 nights in a row, he's been able to make a spray down on somebody, pull it over almost 40, 50 degrees, hold the spray, and able to get the secondary frag on it. I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, spray control like Heaton, but really, Hiko is getting on the level of what Heaton used to be able to do, spraying an AK in 1.6 right now.
Big compliments there, and I'm sure...
That is huge.
Yeah, huge compliments that I'm sure Hiko is probably... we have to hear it and say that all the time, that I'm sure even Hiko is sick of hearing it. So let's see what Nihilum can do over towards the B bomb site. I haven't really seen a lot or any B play from them really outside of the pistol rounds. I'm not even sure if they ended up getting out in the B bomb site when they attempted it, and so far not so good for them as CEVO rips Valens right through that smoke. So I'm sure that is just going to further dissuade them from the B bomb site on this round. But the bomb all the way down back in T-spawn-ish. I'd be curious to see how they try to recover it, or if they will, rather than just go for the frags.
Man, Scouts almost just got burned down right there pretty bad. Not actually a Molotov, but the spray through that mid door. Oh, Hiko makes his way out onto the platform. Does he get spotted? He's in the smoke. Yeah, he's spotted now. Still makes the spray down happen. Drossel doesn't trade him out, and Hiko doesn't grip him. More damage right there. Drossel goes down to 40 HP. Gets taken down, by automatic as Hiko finally gets removed. CEVO's going to jump in, able to get 2. Can he get a third one? His head is sticking out, and he will remove Sanks from the round. That will make it 6-4 in favor of Lunatic, and the economy is broken on the side of Nihilum. They're going to have to go into a save.
Yeah, that was
a
massive win for Lunatic. Yeah, I mean, Nihilum, I'm sure, going to upgrade pistols at the very least. There's almost no reason not to. And for $300, you're getting a P250 in your hands. That is a huge value in this game. So no reason not to upgrade at least a little bit. Valens himself getting a flash and a smoke as well. So it's going to be mostly a save for Nihilum here, and Lunatik. They really desperately needed that round. Not only do they need that round, but they need to use that round to continue to chain a few more together and start to get some distance from Nihilum. Nihilum for a while was just a little too close for comfort, and with Automatic catching opening frags.
Yeah, that is going to be huge for them if they can keep this going here. Keep the pain train rolling, but no, Drake is able to answer. Semphis gets one, but Invert on the trade out, and it's all up to Valens here.
Oh, Automatic with the bomb over at B, no one even
he
close
made it
to him.
Wide
Easiest plan of his
open.
life.
Yep, wide open, gets the plant down, so he will be 1v3 with only a Glock, Fade, and a Dream here. He's going to get aggressive towards the kitchen and hope that he can get something without anybody realizing it, and all three CTs are in that direction. This is going to be hard. Can he get the first shot? Not able to. If he would have got that burst off right off the bat, followed up with a second one, AK would have dropped into his lap. He might have had a chance to make that happen, but couldn't quite pull it down. That will make it 7-4 in favor of Lunatik.
Yeah, if he had won that round, it would have been absolutely obscene. And as I called for, Lunatik continuing to string together rounds that they very desperately need. Nihilum seems like they are still continually interested in picking up rifles and spreading out across the map and really not working the clock down, but definitely waiting it out and trying to get early picks for the team. And this round, we're actually going to see Automatic picking up an op of his own. He's going to get a pick on Invert, the other opper for the other team. So not only a man advantage for Nihilum right off the bat, but a huge firepower advantage. They immediately removed their op from the round. I think Drake is going to go try to recover it right now.
Yeah, so into round 12 here, Lunatik is going to be up 7-4. Trades going so far in favor of Nihilum. Automatic with the op in hand is able to take down Invert. So really, one of the first times we're actually seeing the ops come out here. Last round we had it come out with Invert, and now Automatic's trying to rock one in his hand. And CEVO inside the B bomb site will take down Semphis and trade out Valens after Valens was able to get a big frag onto Drake. So it will be a 3 versus 3 battle as the rest of Lunatik tries to rotate their way over, and Hiko will capitalize again and again. That's going to be a 2K for him, as the cleanup comes from Automatic with 2 shots there from the op, finding targets, making it 7-5 Lunatik.
Yeah, and that was really Nihilum's first time, I guess, executing on the B-bomb site. They've been kind of floating around the apartments area and trying things on and off there in the past, but that was really the first time they ever just went for it, and things went pretty well for them, picking up the round win there. And at this point, 5 round wins on the Terror side of Mirage. Anything past this is gravy for sure. So let's see if Automatic can get loose with the op once again. He's actually going to be bringing it underpass, which is not really a spot where you can make the most out of the op, but definitely opens the doors for future positions. And Invert finding a pick on Hiko right off the bat, and Drake's in a great position.
Oh, man.
Getting traded
like,
for 1 now.
Yeah, it looked like he was really going to make something happen there. Couldn't quite make it into anything more than that 1 frag, though. And Lunatik try to get another one. That's going to be Invert eating the grenade to take down Valens. A 1-for-1 trade. That is still going to put Lunatik up in the man advantage by 1. Sank steps out. Sees the CT inside the connector. He's going to throw a smoke down as Automatic's going to be working his way into connector. And Scouts is going to be trying to work around Automatic with the op up into the B bomb site. He does have a counter-terrorist up close. That is going to be CEVO working his way around the site. And it's going to be a flank attempt from the CTs, though. Can Autumn? No! CEVO is able to take down Sake, so Automatic has to hit some big shots here. He's getting flanked up top. He's got to look in that direction. Drossel already on his way out. CEVO is right there at the bomb site. Automatic still playing the angles, wraps his way around. CEVO playing smart. Drossel drops in. Automatic still trying to find the op shot. He might get caught out in the open here, and he will. CEVO will take him down. 2K for him, and Lunatik will be up 8-5 as we end round 13.
Yeah, and CEVO also going to be coming away with that op. I'm sure he can give that back to Invert. They are going to be able to continue to hopefully put together rounds, as they did some damage to Nihilum's economy in that last round, but not quite enough to dissuade them. This is the quintessential Nihilum buy right here. 2 rifles and 3 pistols surrounding them. This time we're getting 2 Deagles and a Tech 9, not straight 5.7s. Worked for them on cash. I would not be surprised if it works for them here. They're grouping up pretty quickly on, hey, Valens, the only other player over there towards B. And Drossel getting really aggressive in the A ramp area. Actually choosing to fall back now. I think making the right decision, as Automatic and the Bomber and Sanks could have punished him really badly for that. I'm curious, though, if they're taking a little bit too much time here, but no, Sanks getting a frag on Drake. Definitely not, I guess, throwing that right back in my face. That's going to open up a lot of the map for them.
Yeah, that's going to be a big opening pick there, taking down Drake, but the op is still up in the hands of Invert, and there we go, losing Valence, so now it's going to be a 4-on-4, with Automatic only having a deagle, same with Semphis. Semphis does not even have any armor at all, body armor or head armor. They're going to step out, Drossel completely blind, Semphis tries to step in after getting that initial frag, gets taken down by the op of Invert, and that is going to be an entry into the A bomb site. It'll be a 2-on-2 here. Nade going in. Doesn't matter. Tifu will get the touchdown. Hiko's got to try and rotate his way out. Invert catches him with the op through the corner of that side box, and that will make it 9-5 in favor of Lunatic, and they're looking pretty good here. It is CT side Mirage, so they should pick up the majority of their rounds, but Nihilum with 5 already. If they can make this a 9-6 half, I think they got more than enough on T side here to try and come away with another victory.
Definitely, yeah. 6 might be leaning towards Nihilum, but if Lunatic can end this 10-5, which it seems like they very well could, I think they could totally make this a push and make it 1-1. It's really just going to, man, breaking Nihilum on CT side of this map is going to be really, really tough. And last round, Invert just did such a good job of putting pressure on Nihilum with that op, making his presence constantly important and Automatic, positioning himself to pick up a great Tech 9 frag. So far, things are going really well for Nihilum. Now a, what is that, a 3-for-1 trade overall? Not bad at all.
Yeah, that's looking good for them. It's going to be a 3v2 going into round 15 here. It's going to be Scouts and Invert, both of them in the kitchen at the moment, but real close to the door. Oh, Valence is right there. He's actually trying to jump his way in through the smoke, but he's not able to make it. Flashbang goes out, Valence blind. Can he get unblinded long enough? And he will, as Hiko gets the deagle headshot on the Scouts. Valence will remove Invert, and that will be the half. 9-6 in favor of Lunatic. And if you're Nihilum, you have to be happy with those 6 rounds as T-side on Inferno.
Yeah, definitely. 6 is a pretty comfortable number to put up on the terrorist side of this map. But it's I feel like 9-6 or I guess really 10-5 would definitely be more, quote-unquote even. But I feel like also Lunatic can't be terribly disappointed with what they did. I feel like they looked good on their round wins. It's just this Nihilum team is just so tough. They have some real tough players to beat. And so I think the 9-6 scoreline, the fact that they came away with the half win, even though it is a really CT-sided map, is still important in and of itself. And, I'm not ready to count Lunatic completely out of this quite yet. Little, as we say, I feel like we say this all the time, a little pistol round, some momentum, a gun round. Next thing you know, they're cruising their way to closing this one out. But it's going to be super, super tough. And man, even just the thought of beating Nihilum on a pistol round when they're on CT side of this map is pretty just, I'm trying to come up with what I think a good strat would be like, and yeah, I can't even, I guess maybe trying to put together some kind of rush where you can overwhelm a player and not let that player get, super loose with the one-taps. I feel like if you're going over towards the A bomb site and your smokes don't land properly, if you are even going out with smokes, you're just begging the USP players there to one click away at your head. So I think either a really fast rush A or a fast rush B might be the play. I'm not sure if they really have the juice to slow things down like Nihilum right now.
Yeah, I'm always a gigantic fan of trying to take your way down mid, get a smoke into that mid window, just worry about the guy that's going to be at connector, maybe drop a smoke on him, 2 smokes, window, connector, force your way up catwalk, just bum rush into B. I love that mid play, but the only problem is if those smokes miss or somebody with the USP drops out of that window to sitting in mid, you are straight target practice for him, USP versus Glocks.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, for these guys, it's like, just like shooting at bots in a DM server. They're all they're gonna see is dummies coming right at them, and they're just gonna click away at their head. So yeah, I think Lunatic's just gonna have to do a good job of closing the distance, allowing themselves to get those Glocks up close and personal, because those USPs they're going to be tough to beat. I think B might be the right strategy. I feel like it's the most puggy, stretch the most like, oh, like, you know, what do you do on Mirage? You rush B right off the bat. I feel like it's a very predictable strat, but I feel like it also might just be their best chance of overwhelming Nihilum and getting out ahead of the scoreline.
Yeah, Lunatic. What's sad about this is I feel Lunatic needs to get this pistol round to have a chance against Nihilum, whereas I should be saying the opposite, because it should be, all right, the team with less rounds really needs to get this pistol, but I think it's all on the back of Lunatic at this point. Realistically, it's Nihilum's game to lose here. They're looking very strong, even though the scoreline would suggest Lunatic was able... I mean, they did win first half, but I mean, it's a CT-sided map. It's expected for the CT-sided team to win the majority of the rounds.
Yeah, and it looks like the Lunatic players kind of heeding my advice, for better or for worse, grouped up in the B apartments where only Hiko is playing. So if they go, they can go. The number 7 man in Sang's really the closest one to rotating, but you know, not really even that close. Hiko sees that the execute is coming out, and he's not even going to deal with it. He's just going to fall back, make sure he's not getting flanked, which he kind of is by CEVO right here. And they're getting ready to retake.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Automatic with a beautiful shot there, trying to get the retake on. And can he keep something going? Not quite able to. It's all up to Automatic, and he is taken down, and Lunatic, just like that, wins that T-sided pistol and gets things going. And I'm going to have to run to the bathroom really quick. I will let you take over. I will be right back. Sorry. Thank you, sir.
Go for it. Yeah, Lunatic really could not have asked for a better strat call and better CT side positioning from Nihilum that round. I mean, not only did they play just Hiko at the site, but they also threw him all the way on Cat, the spot where he's least likely to put up a good defense outside of maybe, you know, one-tapping the first player. And then they even still had the CEVO at the top of Cat ready to flank on Hiko and the rest of those players as they were rotating back. That was a perfect strat call, perfect execute, and really, I'm sure Lunatic couldn't have asked for anything more. And I'm glad that they, A, heeded my advice, and then B, that the advice worked out for them. Now they're going right back over towards B. They know where their bread is buttered. Right, so far going 2 for 1 in terms of the trade. Let's see if Scouts can get the bomb down or if his teammate's just going to continue to block him here. Sank's trying to find an opening with that Scout. Actually going to do some damage to Drake after he gets taken down by Automatic's pistol. But Scouts catching 2 more with his automatic rifles. Now Semphis, last man standing, going to be forced to run away. Doesn't really... I guess he has that armor that he can save, but at this point it is nearly unwinnable. He's not going to crack the sight of 3 fully armored riflers, so falling back going to be the right play for him. Let's see, no one's even going to be exiting in his direction, so it looks like Semphis might be getting away with this one scot-free, holding on to that armor. It'll be interesting to see if Nihilum tries to put together a strat here of their own, try to maybe set up a trap for Lunatic, but I really don't anticipate Lunatic is going to go B again for a 3rd time. I feel like that would be a really gutsy play call by them, and as a result, I would be looking to stack a few more players over towards the A bomb site, but it looks like I might be completely wrong. Hiko looks like he might be the lone defender of the B bomb site once again, but with Valence pushing through the upper apartments, he's probably getting a lot of information for his team saying, hey, they're not here at all. It's going to be up to Sanks to pull the trigger and start rotating. If he starts rotating right now, which he is, they might be able to beat the aggression from Lunatic, but the aggression's coming out right now. They're basically going to tie each other in terms of getting to the site. I think the rifles are just going to play a huge factor here in allowing Lunatic to bully their way through this, but there are plenty of CTs here to make a hold. And CEVO finding the first frag, finding a second one no less, getting taken down by a pushing Hiko, but he will get traded out by Invert. So great start to the round for Lunatic. I'm sure they're going to be able to easily close this one out. Valence hopping right through a smoke and out of the window. He's in the site getting ready to create as much chaos as he can, but unfortunately couldn't create enough with that USP, couldn't hit the shots he needed to. Semphis, last man standing, AK-47 in hand, is going to get taken down. So that is Lunatic winning 3 rounds straight, the first 3 pistol rounds of this game, and holding on to 3 AKs, no less. That's going to make this round so important. I mean, if Lunatic could win this round, force Nihilum on another save, and have a huge gap here, that would be unbelievably massive. We're also going to be seeing Invert picking up an op of his own here. Let's see if he can get a pick with it. He's not going to be going towards mid. It looks like he's going to be bringing that into the upper A apartments. We'll see if he can try to find a pick. Automatic is going to be playing the E-box stairs with a rifle, so seems like he is the pick to go for if you are invert, and they can really open up the A bomb site if he can get that pick. But invert's going to be smoking out of upper A, and his teammates are just going to be executing. They're just going to be going right out of A ramp while he's making noise. CEVO pushed all the way up. He could get in jungle if he really so chose. And let's see, CEVO creeping all the way up the bomb, getting planted right now for Lunatic. Let's see, CEVO still creeping up on Sanks. He needs this frag. He's able to get it. Now he's in an even better position to take down the two players coming from Connector, but he's getting pinched from all sides. I think falling back might be the right play here. The bomb is planted for him, so he can kind of leave it up to his teammates to catch a majority of the frags. And man, CEVO and Invert teaming up so well to set up that crossfire. Hiko put himself in a great position, picking up a 3 frag right here, making it a 4K, and he wins the round just like that. That was absolutely wild. Unfortunately, he's gonna get the defuse. Oh my god, Hiko is so nuts. Hiko is so nuts. Even with no kit, able to clutch the round for his team. An unbelievable 4K. And oh man, that just goes back to what I was saying before. You put Hiko in any position, and it's gonna be a winnable round. I don't even know what I just looked at. It happened so fast, and Hiko just swooping in, stealing that round from Lunatic. It was such a good round from Lunatic, too. Their strat worked perfectly. Did you watch that?
I caught the very end of it.
Oh
I caught
my
the very
God,
end
Hiko
of it,
is
and I heard
nuts.
the hype.
He's nuts.
Yeah, Hiko is one of those dudes that you can put any position anywhere. And again, they're like, not this round, but a lot of the times he'll get put on an island over here at B, especially on this map. And he plays it so well. I mean, maybe if he doesn't frag out in that position, Valen spraying through the smoke right there, just leaving Hiko out to the side, able to get the first one, steps out, continues to spray, trying to grab some more, spraying through the smoke, not able to get another frag after the first two, but Balance anyways, they're both spraying through the smoke. It's going to put Invert into a tough position here, gets caught from behind, and Nihilum trying to capture this game, trying to get back to even here, one round closer. That's 12-8 in favor of Lunatic.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm still so caught up on that round. I feel like even Hiko just has to be buzzing off that. I can't imagine he's not. And he was able to transition that into some more frags in this next round. He must smell the blood in the water at least a little bit. I mean, oh my god, I'm still so hyped up by that.
Thanks.
It was so crazy. And Sanks finding the opening pick on the round, probably going to pick up at least one more here. Automatic coming to his rescue before getting dinked. Seems like the Nihilum player is just able to shoot their way right through the Lunatic players, and Valens and Sanks teaming up. 3 for Valens, 2 for Sanks right there.
Yeah, looking good right now. I step away for just a second, come back, and Nihilum has brought this within 3 rounds here, and it's going to be a buyout coming from Lunatic, who they're going to be spending all their money putting it into this round. If they do lose this round, they will be on a 4-loss bonus, which probably won't be enough for them. Well, it won't be enough for them to get a complete buy out of it, so they'll be forced into a pistol buy, and Automatic is going to start things off well for Nihilum. Throws the smoke down, tries to get away, but Drake a little too quick for him. Takes him down, and smoke's coming out from Lunatic as they're trying to work their way through mid and underpass here. Probably trying to work this into an A take.
Yeah, either way, I mean, you're not obviously looking for a 1-for-1 trade there, but I'm sure he got a lot of information for his team, and at the very least did get a frag for his trouble. This round, Drake getting a frag on a pushing Semphis. It seems like they are starting to take note a little bit of how Semphis likes to play when you give him some space. When you give him enough space, he's going to start pushing. He's going to try to get a flank off. It seems like in this last round they were ready for it. Now Valens in an incredible position to pick up all 4 of the players. Oh, he could have gotten a few more had he played that a little more coolly. But either way, I think he did exactly what he needed to.
Yeah, he did more than enough there as Sanks steps up onto the old E-box, takes down Scouts, quickly traded out by Drake, though. And the A-take is on here. They're going to be able to get the bomb down, but Hiko through the smoke! Oh my goodness, what a beautiful spray. They were lined up nonetheless, and Hiko makes another play. And I'm reminiscing here of when we watched Hiko on Dust 2 with the Scout. That was me and you, was it not? I believe it was, with the Scout. and he kept just getting, he got like 3 jump scouts in one round, and then he got 2 through the smoke up mid, and then another jump scout, and finished off the round with a 4K because of that pistol. Like, sometimes, man.
Blend together. You kind of can't tell when one Hiko clutch ends and the next one starts. It's pretty crazy stuff there, and what a huge spray down from him. He's just been absolutely lights out in this game. Just very Hiko-like as Lunatik is going on a pistol take of the A bomb site. It seems like they're out, and I'm not sure if Nihilum is quite able to frag them.
Oh, but Lunatik looking good here. Scouts, CEVO, and Drake able to pick up frags.
Oh,
and Hiko again through the smoke, able to get another one. Can he keep it going? And he will. Hiko with 3. Balance on the cleanup. Defuse coming from Hiko. That is going to make it 12-11. Nihilum is within 1. And Hiko, man, buddy. Spencer, again, this is 2 nights in a row that I've had to say this to Spencer. You're a good friend of mine, bro. But enjoy the vacation, dude. Yeah, it's coming. The vacation is coming.
God, Jesus. I mean, he's so nuts, and just continuing to show why he is arguably North America's best individual talent. Looking at the scoreline right now, he is now sitting at 25-13. Actually, unseating CEVO as the top fragger for the game, so I gotta imagine that's to bother CEVO at least a little bit. In this round, we're going to see a lot of Lunatik presence in mid, both at the top and bottom. They're going to be boosting a guy into window. It's going to be up to, not Automatic, Sanks, really, to turn around and do something about it. Automatic getting taken down in the connector. Is Sanks going to look close? Nah, man, he doesn't even think anyone's there at all.
Oh, Drake right there. Already makes his way down. He might get a good flank off here and open it up against Sanks. Sanks has no idea. Not ready for this in the least bit. There goes Sanks. Now they know someone's made it through window. But Semphis on a push again. Down that A-ramp. Able to gain some traction. Take down CEVO as Hiko answers. Gets Drake out of the way. And Semphis playing the angle. Takes down Drossel. Can he get Invert? Not able to pull the spray up. And Invert will remove him with the op. And there goes Scouts. That was close.
Needed that frag.
Like he had it.
Absolutely needed that frag. Now, in a 1-on-2 against Valens and Hiko, his invert is going to be a really tough one for him to win. He gets the first frag. 30 seconds on the clock. He does have the bomb on his back. Valens in a very fraggable position smartly moves away and peeks and gets the frag. Man, these guys are clutch monsters.
Yeah, they are playing legit right now. And some of the questions we might have been faced with earlier on Nihilum was, Valens, should he be here? Is he good enough? Yada, yada, yada. Valens this, Valens that. But, dude, he's definitely pulling his weight so far.
All of them seem to be pulling their weight so far when they need to. And with that, Lunatik going to be AKs across the board. I wouldn't mind seeing them cheat over back towards the B bomb site. It seems like they had some success there pretty much every time they've gone in that direction. I know, I guess it was that one round where Hiko just absolutely blended them.
Goodness.
But I still think it is a good strat to fall back on when they have in their book as your, my goodness, saying Valens picking up 2 frags. Invert finding one of his own, though.
Yeah, Invert trying to even it out. Drossel right there trying to get some too. Can he take down Semphis? And he will remove him from the round. So Drossel battling it out. CEVO right there also doing everything that he can as Sanks will drop Drossel. And now we have Invert and CEVO left. Now it's all up to CEVO. 1v2. He's going against Hiko and Sanks. Cannot beat Sanks. That's a 3K for Sanks on the round. And Nihilum has taken the lead. That is going to make it 13-12 Nihilum.
Yeah, and at this point, Nihilum has won 7 rounds in a row, so Lunatik gonna have the bonus money to keep the pressure up. The real question is, do they have just the gun skills to beat the Nihilum players? Looks like they might be gearing up for an aggressive B take this round. Seems like they're splitting their attention a little bit between mid and the upper B area. So I think they're working in the right direction. Just gonna need to come out with round wins here, and looks like they are going to be working their way right up Cat, as there's no one really there to challenge them. Valens on the other side of the smoke can go huge, and he gets killed by a jumping CEVO.
Oh, it's going to be rough. CEVO able to hit that shot. Gets sprayed down by Hiko on the island alone at the B bomb site. Throws the Molotov out. Drops into the site. Tries to pull the spray over. Can't do it that time. Invert will remove him. And Drake is going to be on an awesome flank here. Hits the first shot on the Semphis. Knows there's more players there. Automatic will get pulled in the incorrect direction. Same with Sanks. They're looking the wrong way now. And this is looking like Lunatic will even things up at a 13-13 unless Sanks can hit something. That shot was out of control. Drops the op out the window. Picks up an M4 with a couple bullets in it. Trying to keep this going. Can he find some shots? Not quite able to. Invert will close down the round with a 2K. That makes it 13-13.
Yeah, and this kind of brings us back to where Lunatic and CLG kind of met at the end of their Inferno game, where you never would recommend a team lose a round, but there are kind of worse things for Nihilum than that round loss right there, especially since they are going to be making a buy happen this round. If they can win this round and really damage the economy of the majority of the Lunatic players and spin that into their own eco rounds, then it might be Nihilum's best chance at locking this up, but they desperately need to stop Lunatic from stringing together these rounds right here. And with the early damage that went out on Scouts and Drossel, it seems like it might be possible.
Yeah, so into round 27 here. Things are all tied up 13-13 on the CT side of things. Valen's only with head armor and a 5-7. Automatic is going to be close. Drops down the pop flash to let himself escape out of mid. I'm sure he's calling Sanks that there's players down, at least one right there. And look at the push coming from Valen's. Already worked his way all the way through the B tunnels. They're getting a grip of information. That's going to allow Hiko to rotate over to the A bomb site and get aggressive with his team. Scouts is able to get one. Invert also is on the frags. And CEVO takes down Semphis. So Valen's and Hiko by themselves trying to work, but it's a huge rotate coming from Valen's. Hiko's able to get one as he pushes in. Maybe a little ill-advised there, going in by himself before Valen's was really ready. And at this point, Valen's 1v4, outgunned, outmanned, and I would like to see Valen's sit here, try and get himself an exit frag, try and get himself a rifle for the next round.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, maybe not the best time for Hiko to charge into the site and try to force some frags, but really, I'm not sure if there is going to be a better opportunity than never. And it looks like even the Lunatic players sense that Valen's is over there. They're going to be rotating away in the safe directions. It looks like no frags are really going to go out for anyone. Even Drossel, the closest player, not going to be trying to challenge that. So totally cool with letting Valen's keep his armor in 5-7, as the rest of the Nihilum players don't have a lot of money to work with. And Lunatic's in a position, if they can win this round, force it at the very least round 15, that would be really comfortable for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they get it here, that's going to put them at 15. That's going to force Nihilum into a situation where they're going to have to try and play for the tie and then eventually go into overtime to try and win the series, because they've already took map number 1. Nihilum wants to come away with a victory here and get that 2-0, get 2 points on their side of things in the standings in your CEVO MLG Season 7 Pro League. But, I mean, they tied last night. They definitely want the win here.
Yeah, and this, man, if Nihilum loses at this point on the map, I'm sure that would be pretty frustrating for them. They are geared up in the right spot to make a hold happen here. Sanks working in the site. Sanks can go huge here if his teammates don't do the work for him.
Oh, man. Invert is able to take down Semphis, so after he gets a trade-out frag, it's down to a 3v2, and Nihilum is able to get that. Balance with 2. Sanks automatic and Semphis get the other frags, and that will tie things up at 14-14. So Nihilum able to get a full buy off here, and no matter what, we are going to the final round of regulation to figure out who's either going to win this or who's going to force this into overtime.
This is a really awesome match. I mean, it's crazy how Hiko bailed them out of 2 situations right off the top of my head. Where Lunatic very easily could have locked up this map one, which would have been a huge accomplishment over a team that's looking as solid as Nihilum here. But unfortunately for Nihilum, they did do it a round too late. If they had won the previous rounds, or sorry, the rounds 2 previously, and not the last one, they could have done some real bad damage to Lunatic. But better now than never. I mean, round wins are super important. Unfortunately, Lunatic's still able to buy up, even though they are coming off that loss, but you got to imagine now I'm confident enough with pretty much any weaponry in their hands.
Yeah, definitely. They're looking good right now. It's going to be rifle on rifle for both teams. 5 across the board. Valen's not quite with enough cash to get a full buyout. Took some utility grenades instead of going for the head armor because he knows he's going against AKs at this point. So head armor really not going to help you out there if that AK bullet hits you right in the face. And Invert able to take down Semphis. That's going to be a bit towards the A bomb site, especially if we get another. No, he's traded out. Hiko's going to be on the island by himself with the teammate right there, Valens. They're not quite ready for it, and Hiko and Valens are perfect in the B bomb site. Hiko able to get 3, Valens with 1 before the trade out, and Nihilum is at match point as we hit round of 30, final round of regulation. It's all up to Lunatik to do this on a very light broken buy here to try and keep themselves in this game.
Yeah, they have no choice but to buy for it, so they're going to have some semblance of an offense, but it's not going to be like the offense that Valens wants to run with that auto sniper on his back, ready to rock. Hiko played that last situation so well, hiding in that corner. Had multiple opportunities where he could have fired and exposed himself, but stayed so patient, allowing his teammates to pick up the opening frags, and then by the time he did start opening fire, there was no one even looking at him. So really great play over there at B. And Sanks has an opportunity to get a frag. Will get taken down by Drake. Looks like the A site is going to be under siege here.
Oh, but automatic will answer. Can he get another frag? Not able to, and that is going to make it a 4 versus 2. Lunatik looking very good here if they can keep this going. Can Hiko get some hero frags? Goes for a secondary one, does a ton of damage, but Valens is there with the auto sniper. CEVO down to 8 HP, Drake down to 11. Does Drake stay alive? And he somehow does, and they're very, very low here. Valens full HP. Hiko kind of low. That nade might do it. No, not quite. Just a little bit of damage left onto CEVO. Down to 7. Drake at 11. Drossel right there at 22. Fire's going to burn them both out. Hiko's able to get the one burn. Can he get these frags? He needs to get them, and he can't do it. Lunatik will force the overtime. 15-15, and we are heading into overtime, half number 1 in this Lunatik versus Nihilum game.
Yeah, and those last remaining terrorists had, what, 5 and 8 HP, a grand total of 12 between them? Or, sorry, 13, that's not how math works. That is absolutely crazy. And I'm amazed that Lunatik was able to win that forced buy to push this to overtime. This is a really, really great game, and actually has been a great series. Yeah, I really feel like in the first game, in the cash game, the scoreline didn't necessarily indicate how competitive the game was. It's not that it was like a super tight one, but I really think Lunatik played a little better than the 6-round scoreline, and I think they're finally showing here on this map that they can compete with a team like Nihilum, and they can make a really exciting match happen here. Because, man, this one is, I definitely would not have rattled off an overtime scoreline for this map.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end there, both of those players within 1 shot from an AK of dying, and Hiko could not control his spray for the first time this game to end it right there at a 16-14. So now we go into overtime. Nihilum will be your CT-sided team here. Lunatik is going to be on T-side. Let's see if Lunatik can take some rounds here as terrorists, as they just did on an eco nonetheless. Or actually, shouldn't even be an eco, it was a full buyout.
Yeah, this game is pretty intense, and so far things are going really well for Lunatik, but Hiko has something to say about that.
Definitely. Can they keep this going? They're going to try and push their way in to mid right now, get aggressive on it, and there's Valens able to take down 2 before the trade out happens, and that is going to be Sanks right there, close to the action. Can he peek out and get it going? Getting very close. I don't know if he's going to be able to grab it. That's going to be CEVO out in his face. Sanks still trying to fight here. Invert's right there. Switches to the AK, and Invert will take him down. So initial round of overtime will go in favor of Lunatik eSports.
I cannot imagine they are more relieved than they are right now. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you're playing Mirage overtime, you're on terrorist side. You want to get as many as you want, but you get the first one.
Yeah,
you're feeling pretty good, right? Like,
definitely.
Only 3 rounds on the half, picking up 1/3 of them on the T side of this map. That is a huge amount of work already done for you. And if they can turn this aggressive B take into another round and win 2 on terrorist side, that would be pretty crazy stuff. But it looks like they are going to be calling a bit of an audible going underpass. Last time they boosted a player in window, it seemed like the Nihilum players were absolutely not ready for it. So that might be a good strategy here. Even neither Sanks nor Valens are in a position to do anything about it. Semphis, not even a window player, getting punished over there.
Oh, Valens. Look at the positioning from Valens. Still trying to spray here. Can he pick up the next one? Tivu's right in his face. Can't quite grab that third frag for himself. Able to get 2. Now it's going to leave Automatic and Hiko. 2 versus 2 now, as Automatic will take down Tivu. So it's Invert and Drake versus Automatic and Hiko. And Invert will be working
needs this frag.
Oh, man. Look at him working with the scoped rifle. I almost said the scout rifle, but it's an op in his hands. He takes down Automatic. So Hiko, 1v2, can't get the clutch, and Lunatic wins 2 rounds so far. So 2 rounds on T side is pretty good for them. If they can win this third one, that will be epic, as Nihilum is actually going to have to be on a buyout, and it's going to be hard.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is the last round, so they'd be buying out pretty much no matter what.
No
this
matter
is
what.
a pretty weak buyout in the grand scheme of things. It is no rifles, but we saw them win. Actually, like, the reason why the game even got pushed to overtime is because Nihilum won a 5-7 eco round. So it seems like they are about as well equipped to put this eco together as probably they'll ever be. And when it's whoa,
Sanks! Wow, what good positioning, what good game sense to not make that happen a little too early. Able to get some frags there. Invert will take down 1. That is going to make it a 2-on-2 here. Invert still alive. He's got the op in his hands. Drake is going to reach over. Can he take down Valens? And he will. Hiko's going to try to push his way through the smoke. Can he get Invert? And he's able to get it. Can he get the final frag with the headshot? Hiko is an animal right there. 1 versus 2 victory to keep Nihilum in this. So magic number in overtime, folks. First team to 19 will win it. If each team gets 18, we go to overtime number 2.
Hiko is so nuts. I mean, the crazy thing about his ability to clutch those rounds is not only does he clutch them, but he does it so fast. Like, he just gets out there. He has a play in his mind, and as soon as he feels he has an opening, he just goes for it. There's no hesitation in his play. It's the right combination between coming up with a good idea, deciding to do it at the right time, and then putting it together with the really quick hands and shooting unbelievably well. It's really unbelievable what he can do in a disadvantageous situation, and he continues to pull through for his team. I mean, that's 3 rounds off the top of my head that I can think of that he single-handedly won for his team, and I mean, he's pretty much the reason why this game isn't over already, which is a crazy thing to say considering how good Nihilum is and how easily Nihilum was able to beat them on catch. This is a really, really wild map between these 2 teams, and there is a lot riding on this round right here.
Yeah, this is very intense here. Nihilum, if they're able to grab this, that will tie things up and make it a 17-17. All these teams want is at least that 18th round so they can guarantee themselves another shot at overtime. Of course, they want the win, but it's going to be a lot tougher to get now, especially after we're getting to overtime. The pressure's on between these teams. They want to win this so bad. They brought this series out. Nihilum looking for the win. Oh, Drake squeaks that out over Semphis. But of course, Drossel in there too, able to take down Hiko. That is going to be huge. Hiko and Semphis both out of the round so far. Lunatic looking like they might put this at 18 rounds right off the bat as counter-terrorists. And Sanks and Valens going to be the only 2 left alive here. Valens at the A ramp. His teammate Sanks catching up behind him. Scouts playing the angle. Valens will crouch in there. Not able to get spotted by Scouts. Scouts will see him shoulder peek out. Doesn't matter. Valens will hit the AK headshot onto him as he's working through the sandwich. Now we have Valens and Sanks. 2 versus 4. Drossel is pushed all the way up into the palace right now. Drake is right there on the old E-box, trying to get that frag. Drossel will hit the shot as Valens crosses into the sandwich. Now it's up to Sanks, and Sanks gets taken down. So Lunatic now, with 18 rounds, has for sure secured overtime number 2. If not the win, it will be match point from here on out in these next 2 rounds if Nihilum can hold on and force overtime number 2. Otherwise, Lunatic will get the win.
This is absolutely crazy, and now is actually going to be pulling out the double op setups, I guess, to potentially counter what Invert has for them, and it's really hard to deny how much of an impact Invert's op has had on this game. He's been an absolute force with it, and wow, he really just got blessed right there with Automatic being unable to come away with it. He wasn't even scoped in, wasn't ready to shoot at all. So a combination of a little bit of luck there of Automatic missing the shot, and then his teammate Drake picking up a frag in the meantime. Really good job of, I mean, look, everyone across the board for Lunatic has been playing exceptionally well, but really, Invert's op has been a huge factor for them.
Oh, Drossel gets taken down by Semphis right there, so Nihilum even things out at a 4-on-4. Can they keep this momentum going here? Can they shut down Lunatic and not lose this game? Flashbang's going out. All of the players from Lunatic have rotated over towards the A bomb site at the moment, except for the #1 man of CEVO.
He's kind of rotating back and forth.
Yeah, he's going back to B. He's not fully committed to it yet. Drake just spamming some shots through the smoke right there. And Sanks misses a shot. That should have been Scouts out of the way. Misses the shot again. The double off look finally pays off. Automatic's able to hit the shot, but Invert and Drake are right there to capitalize. So it's up to Automatic and Hiko. Hiko's able to get the spray down. Can he get another one? No, goes down to Invert. It's all up to Automatic to keep his team alive. Misses the shot. Steps up. Oh, Invert puts his shoulder into perspective there. Automatic can't quite get him. He's still going to fight here. He will be 1 versus 2. He's got 1 on the E-box. One player is going to rotate their way all the way around into CT. Invert still there up close. Who gets the op shot off, and Automatic will win it. Down to about 11 seconds. He's got to get over there and get the bomb planted. He doesn't know where the other CT is. He's going to plant this smart right around the corner. Go for the plant. He doesn't have time to wait. CEVO is going to step out. CEVO goes around the corner. Can Automatic stay up? Automatic can't make it, and Lunatic will get it. CEVO will get the clutch 1 versus 1 and the defuse. That will be 19-16 overtime victory in favor of Lunatic, and they go 1 for 1 on maps tonight.
Oh my god, 3 people on Lunatic dropped 30 bombs. Drake, CEVO, and who was it? Invert, I think was the last one. My stats just disappeared as soon as the game.
Yeah, I lost mine right at the end too.
But either way, that was an absolutely nuts. I mean, I guess like you kind of have to feel a little bad for Nihilum there being unable to lock up that map too when they had so many opportunities. And after such a convincing map 1, but really no losers in that series at all. Like, you know, both teams are going to come away with a point. It is a push. But man, those Lunatic players know how to battle back. Like that was, they made an exciting game out of that on both sides. Both teams made a really exciting game out of that. And man, that game, the second game should not have even gotten to that scoreline. But kudos to the Lunatic players for making that happen. That was some super exciting Counter-Strike.
Yeah, definitely. Lunatic looked like they were going to be in trouble going into map number 2, but of course they held it down. They played very well, were able to bring that back, force that into overtime, and do everything that they could to keep themselves alive. And again, hats off to Lunatic again for making that happen, forcing the overtime on map number 2, running away with a tie there. And that's going to shake it up a little bit there. So far, Nihilum had been perfect since their new roster. Last night, they get a 1 for 1. They get the tie. Tonight, they get the 1 for 1 and a tie right there. So the ties aren't bad. You still come away with a point in your standings going into the rest of the season. But of course, you want that W. And man, those are close games. Lunatic is looking pretty good, even on Mirage there, where we thought Nihilum would definitely run away with that.
Yeah, and they had ample opportunity to as well. And just kudos to the Lunatic players for shutting things down and not allowing themselves to get B like that. I mean, you know, obviously they got to be a little bummed out taking 2 pushes in a row on the night, but I mean, when you're playing CLG and Nihilum and ending up in 2 what would have been game 3s, I would consider a major success.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you run away with some points there. Those aren't losses in their category. They don't put losses there. They get points from those no matter what, which keeps them competitive going forward. And as we said when we were talking about the initial best of 2 format, it's going to come down to these who's able to get ties. Because if you get a loss, you get no points. It's going to be much harder to get a win because you have to win 2 maps in a row. It's not just, all right, it's the best of 3 series. Now we can just get it right off the bat, or maybe we can get this on the 3rd map or something like that. Random knife for size on that 3rd map, and hopefully we get lucky on nuke or something like that. That's out of the equation. Best of 2. You have to win both maps to be able to keep yourselves in that series and get those 2 points. And it's really interesting here. It's going to come down to who can actually get wins and who comes away with ties instead of those losses, which get you no points.
Yeah, so the fact that Lunatic was able to battle back and, as you said, lock up that 1 point, that is going to be really important for them down the line. I mean, God knows how many losses Nihilum is going to serve out to teams throughout the rest of the season. So the fact that the fact that Lunatic is not going to be one of those teams catching one of those big ol' L's is going to, I think, pay dividends.
That's good for them. Yeah, huge. Definitely. And realistically, this is going to come down to, I mean, if you look at it, let's go take a peek right now. Let's go look at the standings in just North America. I mean, our top team right now, where are their points?
It's kind of too early to tell, right?
Yeah,
I feel like.
But just how close everything is. I mean, 9 points for CLG because they They had 4 wins right off the bat. That's going to be 2 points per win. That gives them 8 points. They suffered just an outright loss to Luminosity. They got that tie, so that puts them at 9. Luminosity now with 2 wins and 3 ties. They don't have a loss yet. They have 3 ties. That's 7 points. Method right behind them with 5 because they have 1 win, 1 loss, and 3 ties. And then right behind them we have Tempo, Cloud9, and VVV all with 4 points. Below that, Lunatic, Nihilum, and Affinity with 3 points apiece. So, I mean, this is close.
Yeah,
and
everyone's
remember,
so close.
yeah, it's the top 3 teams out of North America go. It's the top 3 teams out of Europe. So let's take a peek at the European Conference and see how the points are breaking down there. Virtus Pro looking pretty good right now. 5 wins, 1 tie. They got 11 points. They have a commanding lead at the moment. A commanding lead. But behind them, same situation. LGB with 5 points. NIP, Gamers 2, Titan, all with 4 points, and then Navi, Hellraisers, and Mouse Sports, Navi and Hellraisers with 2 points, and then Mouse Sports, Existence, Penta, Property, and Publisher, all with 1 point. It's actually Publisher has no points because they just have losses on the record. But yeah, so the point system is keeping everybody close, and it's the top 3. And right now, if you're looking at the European division, Virtus Pro, of course, in first, LGB only up by 1 point, and then it's basically a 3-way tie for third. And that can be shaken up with any one of either Navi or Hellraisers getting a win in their column. That puts them right there in the equation. So that's 4 teams. The same with North America at the moment. If any of the teams with 4 points or 3 points start getting W's, guess what? That makes a giant shakeup in the top 3, and it's going to come down to the end where there's going to be a lot of teams that are really close on points, and it's going to be really intense with this new point system on the best of 2s.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's only going to shape up for more exciting matches to come, and what will conclude in a crazy land fight. God knows how that is even. I can't even take these online best of 2s. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen on land. I might actually die.
And of course we have the invited teams going to it too right off the bat. That's going to be Envious and Fnatic.
Fnatic, yeah.
Yeah, invited directly there. So I mean, it's going to be the
so many killers in one building. Ugh.
Yeah. The top 3 from North America, the top 3 in league play from Europe, going against the invited 2 teams of Envious and Fnatic. And then what's interesting about this is, so guess what? Those 2 invited teams will change next year. Maybe. They might.
Yeah,
it depends on who does the best going into the LAN finals. The winner and second place will automatically get invited to the LAN finals. They don't have to play in league next season. So season 8, whoever happens to win it and the runner-up will get directly invited to the LAN finals. So it's gonna be interesting.
So much craziness coming up.
Yeah,
oh my God.
It makes it so important, even if you can't win, to just at least get into the finals game so you have that chance, because then you're automatically invited. You don't have to go through the league. You don't have to play through that and hope that you get enough points to be able to make it in at the end. You're just in. So it's gonna be excited. I'm really ready for this. I'm pumped. We're almost to June, and then we're almost to July when we get to go back to Columbus to the MLG Arena for our LAN finals there. It's gonna be exciting, and I'm stoked. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the rest of the season.
Super, super stoked. So bring us home. We had a lot of Counter-Strike that we just got through.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys again for watching. Of course, I'm Misled. That's Later over there on my other side. And if you guys like what we do, give us a follow on Twitter. That's going to be @LatorYo. That's LATORRYO. And then mine is @Misled138. 138 is in numbers. And then, of course, make sure you give a follow to the grandmasters of all of this @CEVO and @MLG. Give them a follow. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. We thank you guys for showing up, hanging out with us, and we are going to be done for tonight. But tomorrow, EU, North America, I will be back for North America. EU is going to be rocking. North America is going to be rocking. We have tons of games coming up every single night, except for Friday and Saturday. The only 2 nights that we don't have games going. So make sure you guys tune in, give a follow, give a subscribe, have a good night, and we will see you guys all tomorrow.